Hey folks, today is Sunday, September 15th, 6:26 p.m. My name is James. Let's go take a look at the markets here. So, finally got some upside. We got some better China news also in the last little while. And so that's taken us out of this ascending triangle. And we finally made some upside progress. In moving up like that, we've become very overbought. You can see on the oscillator here, we're at 58. 40 would be overbought, so we're past that. That kind of leaves us vulnerable to a pullback, which I pretty much expect at this point, the way these bars have kind of stalled out here. That upside exuberance that we had when we got this move and these couple of moves kind of dried up last week. So I kind of expected to come back. My hope is that we hold this line though, and we don't get one of these where we finally broke over that level and then tanked. This hasn't been up there that long, not compared to this time frame, but there'll definitely be a pullback. I would actually like to see the market come back and test that and bounce off of it if possible. I don't want to see a big rush down, two big red bars and all of a sudden we're there already. I'd rather see a slow drop down to that level, or just start going sideways. Sideways to slightly down, so some dojis, some spinning tops over and over again. So that's what I hope to see next. It's great to see it come up over this level right here, but we're going to pause for sure because we're so overbought, and it's a matter of how we react to that pause. What does the market do out of that? So this is the Nasdaq. It was being bounced around between these levels. We're finally up above that one. And that's actually the Nasdaq McClellan oscillator that I follow because tech is kind of the future. It leads things, I think. So we're not that far over that line. So if the Nasdaq was to come back and test this line, it doesn't have far to go. And if it can hold that, I think that's more significant. The S&P might come down and just not test all the way to the line, but still make a pullback and bounce. If the Nasdaq can come back and hit this line, test it, stay up, and we still get another bounce that takes it higher. Russell's been on fire, which I think is really good. If you ask me, I think the Russell's actually leading here. This was a clear tight consolidation with a line there that it busted over. It's really raced up higher, but we're still in this kind of a channel. We've got up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and now we're approaching the high level again. Will we just go down again, or will we break through? I don't know. There's still a lot of geopolitical uncertainties, and so that can really throw things around. And the Dow is actually really close to all-time highs, and it's moved over that level and this level. So we've got some positivity, but I think the market has a lot more work to do, more consolidation, more upside, and a lot of these geopolitical things have to get solved, I think, before we actually get any kind of movement like this. Where we can just go right back into a nice, solid, continuous uptrend. I think a lot of that stuff's got to get solved before we can do that. There's just so much headline risk. Any day we could get a China tariff report that's bad, and down we go. So here's the Nasdaq. Here's Netflix, not the Nasdaq. Netflix. I think this is a really, really, really nice looking falling wedge. I've adjusted the lines a couple of times because it was a little sharper following this high. It came over, kind of floundered again, created another high here, dropped. So I'm just kind of adjusting the lines as it goes. I think these lines might be the ones that hold before it actually goes higher. And I think it's a falling wedge very similar to this, which worked out actually really, really well through that. It kind of looks much the same, and if Netflix reacts the same way, we're going to get a really aggressive upside pop right there when it finally does cross that line with some good volume of price action. I don't know how long it'll take for it to do that. So earnings are October 15th, which are quite a ways away, but yeah, I like the pattern. Again, the market conditions are really challenging for getting a nice solid breakout that just continues higher. There's so many breakouts that just come right back. If you look at Boeing, Boeing was one. I'll show it. I actually traded it and just bailed out of it because it was doing the same kind of thing. It's actually holding up not bad, but this is what I mean. A breakout over a trend line right into a solid red bar that takes it right back down again. That action on Boeing is a little bit better because it actually held the line, and then it gapped up and held that too. I want to see what this does the next day and the next day and the next day. It doesn't just go fall right back down in, but because I think I'm trying to figure out what are these breakouts actually doing, because in the past it's just all been breakout, fail, breakout, fail, breakout, fail, and I don't want to see that anymore. So we'll see. Alibaba has a high with a really aggressive rising lower bottoms here, so that's the level here. I have this right around 180.89. SIVB is when I was watching. I think I actually wanted to take this out. I'm not going to say this is a break when I watch. I just want to see what happens here again. That's a breakout. That's a close out of the line. Although that kind of looks like an inverted hammer on top of it. So I want to see if that's going to hold and build over the line, or is it just going to sink right back below. So that's just a breakout that I'm watching to see if it's going to continue. Microsoft has a nice symmetrical triangle there. And that's right around 140.12, 140.10, 140 area. JD, again, it looks a lot like Alibaba. It's also Chinese, so they kind of look the same. There's a clear high level here, and then a really aggressive upside rising lower line there. So that's right around, can't get it on there. What is it, 32.38. TYL just has, kind of a clear area here. It did pop over right there, but it bounced right back. It looks like it's about to challenge the line again. Need really good market conditions for these things to break out and actually climb, but these are some of the patterns that I'm seeing. Carvana, I took this out and have added it back in. I was watching this line, and out of earnings it popped out of here. Could have bought it at the close. I didn't, but it could have, and it's moved up pretty good. And now it seems like it's forming another ascending triangle with that dip down. So we've got a higher low here, and then this upper area. 85.07 is about the high on that. Keys, I just found earnings really popped this out. It dipped and now it's climbing back up. So 101.58. If it breaks higher, I might look at this one. I saw this one. I was like, ooh, I like the look of that one. I would probably, since it's still September, I would probably still wait for it to close out of the close above the upper line before I tried it. Hopefully the close is like just out and not like it jumps up and closes way up there, because I wouldn't want to buy that. But if it can close out and it's just out, I'll probably buy that one. And then Zebra Technologies has a symmetrical triangle forming here. Looks like it might actually get going shortly. If it comes out of there, 205.67 or whatever I got for the breakout here, 205.76, right around that area. So that's it. I'll see you next time.